Hi everybody, welcome to an update on the project I've been working on GBA 10. So, from last time, I'm not sure if you can notice, but there's a bit of a difference, okay? So last time I'm pretty sure we didn't have these interfaced, but then again I'm not sure. So, what can actually happen here is, when you go to the Pokemon party, it will tell you the Pokemon that's at the bottom. Automatically, because that's just how the game handles the code. I'm actually going to do CPU power, yep, so I don't get any delay like I was. It looks better. So as you can see, because if you open more than once, you get a little bit of a lag. So be careful on original 3DS users. So when you look at Charmander, if we look at Pidgey, right, it will change from Party Pokemon. It'll change to Party Pokemon, right? Charmander, it won't change because Charmander is the last, and you can these are actually automatically opening. So when you go stats, it will check. Now, what you'll notice is down the bottom, the lax is the actual one, and when you go to the second screen, it changes. When it changes, that's actually a bug. It's got to do with the way the game actually handles that information. There's nothing we can really do about that, so you just pay attention to the first one, don't pay attention to the second. Alright, now if you encounter a wild Pokemon, what will actually happen is the wild Pokemon screen will automatically open. Oh, I did that again. This is the second time I'm trying this. So the wild Pokemon screen is actually just automatic. It will come up, it'll tell you the stats, which are DVs, which are behind the scenes numbers that give Pokemon variation on the species, and HP is actually calculated via the other ones. So that's what you ignore HP and you just take into consideration the defense, the attack, the speed, and the special. Not shiny is actually calculated on DVs. Now, if it's certain conditions, it would be a shiny in Generation 2, and that will actually tell you that, even though Generation 2 isn't officially available. But there is obviously ways around that. And now, if it says shiny in Gen 7, that will mean that when you send it through Pokebank, it will be shiny at the other end. Now, that's calculated slightly differently to Gen 2, and it will tell you that. Now, what is interesting is that there's also universal shiny, which means they're shiny in both versions. And that's essentially when all the DVs equal 10. Yes, 10. Now, when they're green, that means they've got perfect stats. Like this Rattata has a perfect stat in 15. That's not very useful for you if you're using the Virtual Consoles to send to Gen 7, which there's obviously some people that won't. They're just recapping. Now, that's alright. Now, as you can see, red is 0. Red is the worst. So the best Pokemon, stat-wise, you can get is all green. Now, I'm not sure what I'm pretty sure that's cool that's like perfect, you can get that. Now, at the bottom, you also see HP, grass, in this circumstance. Now, that'll change. That's actually got to do with Gen 2, not Gen 1. So, this is if you send this Pokemon over to Gen 2 via a injected Gen 2 Virtual Console game. That's actually not official, so the only way you can do that is by having custom firmware, which I do. And I'm going to actually go ahead and show you all the Gen 2 features in a minute, but for those people who aren't paying attention to Gen 2 and just want this for the Gen 1 aspect, then this actually works in every international version that was released. It works in the French, German, Italian, Spanish, English versions, and it works in the Japanese versions as well. So that's just about every version, I think, that was ever announced. So we actually went through and we did all that. We made it work. There was a lot of tedious coding. But yeah, so this is what this does. This allows you to hunt for shiny Pokemon. Now this will work with legendaries in this version, so you can get shiny Mewtwo legitimately, and so on. Now, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to reset my DS because my home button doesn't work, and I'm going to jump over to the Gen 2 versions. I'm going to explain all those features. Now, alright, so in this case I'm in a Pokemon Gold version. Hanging around. What have I got? What have we got? Okay, so let's have a look. As you can see, this Pokemon is actually a shiny Cyndaquil, which I've got through the... So that it doesn't work the same in this. So this is how it works. If you go to stats, because you have to go down, this actually takes into consideration how your cursor is set. When you're set on when you're just set on the Pokemon you're looking at, it will tell you the stats of that Pokemon. So, in this version, I have a Gen 2 shiny Cyndaquil named Luck, which I bred. Now, I'm going to go explain how that works. So, what you can actually do in this version, whoops, you can actually check the status. Also, now I want to set the CPU clock so I don't get lag while I'm explaining it. The unclaimed egg is it will, when you've got an egg in the daycare center, and we're going there now. I'm actually heading straight there. What you can actually do is you can actually farm shinies this way. Now, as you can see, as I travelled across the border there, it changed to an exclamation mark. That means the Pokemon is ready to be picked up. You can see the daycare man's outside, and then you can go talk to him. Oh goodness, there's a surprise, your Pokemon had an egg. Now this is the stats, the DVs of that Pokemon. Now, I actually have a shiny Ditto, and that increases your chances of 1 in 64. Now the exclamation mark goes away. What you can actually do is you can just go here to the daycare lady. Here's a little more time with us. Yeah. And if you got a lot of money, like this save does, you can actually just go and do this and deposit the Ditto, which is a Gen 2 shiny, and you can just farm it this way because your cursor will stay there, and you can just repeat this over and over again if you have the funds. Just see us spamming a. But that's not far off. Give it. We'll do it one more. Tap the microphone. Sorry about that. Do it one more. This is for a shiny Charizard too, by the way. Alright, we'll leave it there. Cool. So, you can just sit there spamming that if you have the funds. But if you don't, what you can actually do, so you got 2 eggs. One, neither of them are shiny. So I might be dragging around farming. Now this will automatically switch to the wild Pokemon if you encounter them, like the other version. Right? I have to switch Pokemon. Typhlosion. So you can just sit there farming shinies, but the thing is, Gen 2 and Gen 7 shinies are slightly different, so you have to take that into consideration. Now, what this can also do is it can tell you the DVs of the roaming Pokemon in Crystal, Soul Silver, and Crystal, Silver, and Gold. Sorry. To do this, you press the left button, then the right trigger. I will show you. I'm not sure if I can remember the combos. I will find out. I have them in a piece of document. Alright. On my computer, right here. Or not. Sorry, I have the instructions. Okay, so up plus right clears it. Up plus left is Raikou. Up plus right. Sorry. Right plus. Let's start that again. Up plus right clears. Left plus right trigger is Raikou. Right plus right trigger is Entei. Down plus right trigger is Sushun. That's how you can do that, and we'll just clear that. Now what should happen, and this is yet to be tested properly, is that when you're on the same route of your legendary, let's see if I've caught them all, I don't actually know in this save. If you're on the same route as that legendary, as that roaming Pokemon, you should be it should come up with a red exclamation mark, very much like the green exclamation came up earlier. Now, that should come up when you're on your player is on the same route as that roaming Pokemon. Now we don't actually know because we're still doing testing on that, but that feature should be fixed and included by this point. I'm just trying to find this. Can I sideways? Should be near the bottom. Oop. Yes, all three have been caught. That's okay. Alright, so then what's the next thing? Okay, so on the wild Pokemon screen, what actually happens is very much the same way the exclamation mark comes up for the Pokemon being ready at the daycare, and the legendary Pokemon being on the same route as you, a blue exclamation mark will come up if the Pokemon you're battling is holding an item. This is going to make it very easy for you to collect the items you need for evolving multiple Pokemon of the same species. So, what I'm actually going to do, I'm not actually going to do this, but I'm going to head back the way we're coming. I'm just walking around for no reason. And I can't really show you this, but yeah, trust me, it works. We've tested it thoroughly. Like I bumped into a Miltank with held items, I've bumped into Growlies, I bumped into multiple Pokemon. I'm just going to spam this. Now what we're actually going to try and do, which is currently not implemented but it's in the works, is when you walk into this place you actually get, it pops up with the screen that your Pokemon is. The unclaimed egg screen. That unclaimed egg screen. So yeah, that's what I've been working on. This is actually going to be a filler episode between yesterday's Pokemon finale and tomorrow's Pokemon Yellow Japanese. So yeah, tell me how it goes, and I'll keep you posted if we change anything or fix anything. I'll post the links in the description below, and just let me know how it goes. Alright, so